Namaste, I am Dr. Kanika, an Ayurveda physician, and today let's talk all about pranic food. In this video, we'll discuss what is pranic food, what are the raw materials, what are pranas, what are prana enhancing cooking methods, and how to infuse prana in anything that you eat. So, let us start with what is prana. Prana is the vital energy that pervades the entire universe. You can call it prana, you can call it chi, as it is referred to in Chinese medicine. And this energy is neither created nor destroyed, it just transfers from one form to the other. And we are a a storehouse of this prana. This is what sustains our life. This prana is something that makes us living, but we can get more of this prana. And how we can get it? From the food that is infused with prana. So the subtle energy that permeates everything in the universe, including the human body. Human body has five koshas or five layers, and all these layers, they are made up of different types of energy. And the first layer is the physical layer. It starts from the pranic food. So this pranic food is basically, it's rich in prana. Like the same way you have food rich in vitamins, rich in nutrients, rich in iron, rich in protein. In the same way, this food is rich in prana. This is rich in energy. And even if you eat a small amount of pranic food, like the way prasad or pious food is given out in temples, you eat this pranic food, you will get instant energy, instant vitality. In fact, people, they have referred to this pranic food as a healer of diseases. So this pranic food is said to nourish not only the physical body but the upper sheath also, and it also helps us to move our consciousness from body to higher planes, higher levels. So this is pranic food. And what are the three characteristics, the three main features of pranic food? It should be procured by right means. It should be cooked with love, and it should be consumed with gratefulness. These are the three important characteristics that infuse and restore the prana in pranic food. So now let's discuss the pranic raw material. And the most important factor in that is pure earning. I want to tell you a very beautiful story about an ancient saint, Guru Nanak. He was the founder of Sikhism in India. And one day he was invited by two people, one very rich merchant and one poor man, to eat in their houses. And he had to choose one. So he asked both of them to bring their food to a gathering. The rich man, he bought a lot of delicacies and everything. And the poor man brought two flatbreads, two dry flatbreads, because he said, "This is all I have." Guru Nanak took one flatbread from the rich man, one puri, and one normal roti from the poor man, and squeezed both of these flatbreads. And you will be surprised to know, everyone was surprised to see that the poor man's flatbread, when it was squeezed, milk started dripping from it, and blood started dripping from the flatbread of the rich merchant. And then Guru Nanak said that the food from the poor person is purer. It has prana. It has that vitality, energy. If you eat this food, you will survive, you will sustain. If you eat the food by rich merchant, it is lacking in prana, it has destructive energy, because it is procured by wrong means. It is procured by hurting people, by extracting from people. So that food has destructive energy, which will destroy not only your health, but also your peace of mind. So this is the importance of right earning, right pure earning, so that you earn not by hurting people but by helping them. So you see, the earning of a very rich merchant, very rich person may not be pranic. Even if he has a lot of variety and a lot of tasty food, it may not have prana. Whereas the food from a normal person, uh, let's say for example a physician who cures the people in right way, the people are happy, they get cured, they pay him with a lot of love and gratefulness, that kind of earning. And any profession, if you are doing well, if you are helping people, the money that you earn is pure, it's full of prana. Anything you buy from this money will enhance prana in your food. Okay, there's another very beautiful story. There was a saint, and one day a rich person came to him and said that I want to donate because I've done a lot of wrong things. So please tell me to whom I should donate. The saint, he said that on the end of this road there is a beggar. Please go and donate him some money and see what happens. The person, the rich man, he went to the beggar, gave him some coins, and hid at the side of the road to see what will happen now. The beggar, he started going towards a food shop, and the rich man was happy that, okay, fine, now my money will create some good. But suddenly the beggar turned towards the liquor shop and bought some liquor, and then he got into some antisocial activity. The rich man was very sad. He went back to the saint. He said that, why did this happen? I gave him money to eat. He was hungry. He should have eaten. But the saint, he replied that your money, it's procured by wrong means. You've you've got it by hurting people, by destroying their happiness. And this is the reason why your money can never bring happiness. Such money can also bring no health also. So, in that way, why are we even earning if we cannot get health and happiness from the money that we are getting? So, get it in the right manner, have pure earning, and that is the very foundation for getting pranic raw material. The next very important factor is non-violent means, and it is crucial. Today, a lot of cattle is bred for meat, and this system is creating serious disharmony in nature. It is increasing the greenhouse effect. It is increasing global warming because this cattle is fed a lot of corn, whereas there are malnourished children in Africa struggling to get food. And when we eat this meat, that food, overall food, produced is much less than what the cattle has already eaten. In the similar manner, the antibiotics and a lot of chemicals, a lot of hormones that are given to the broilers, to chicken, to goats that we eat, and all of these chemicals, they are then transferred to your body. Besides, there's a lot of hurt, a lot of pain that goes with this entire process of food processing. So if you just eat whatever blossoms in the nature naturally, like fruits, like vegetables, they naturally blossom. You don't even have to cut trees to get fruits, they just pop out. And this is something which is a gift from nature. It is full of prana. If you eat this food, you will be full of prana, you will be full of vitality. So this is a very, very crucial factor. Another factor is benevolent means, because even if you have very pure earning and you are eating very, natural food, non-violent food, then also you may contribute to disharmony in nature by eating something that is full of pesticides, of chemicals, genetically modified food is very harmful to the climate. It's very harmful to the insects. So, you see, we are creating a disharmony in nature by producing genetically modified food. It's not also good for our body, because whatever is natural, our body recognizes that natural ingredient, natural fruit or vegetable or whatever. But if it is genetically modified, the body terms it as a foreign element, and this is the reason for such a steep rise in all the autoimmune disorders across the world, this genetically modified food. So, get it by benevolent means, get organic food, get naturally grown food, or else grow it in your kitchen garden. It'll be full of prana, and it is not impossible. Lots of people have started doing that already post COVID-19. So, what is prana cooking? How can you infuse uh, prana in food while you're cooking? And this is applicable both for pranic raw material or non-pranic raw material, because this is another stage where you can enhance prana. So even if you don't have pranic raw material, you can put a lot of love and gratefulness in that food, whatever you're cooking, and infuse it with prana. So there are two factors: cook with love and love the cook, and both of them are very important. Now, cook with love. You see, homemade food is much more pranic than food from some restaurant. Food from restaurant may be tastier, but I don't think that a chef really cares about your health or loves you or anything like this. Not even a manufacturer of cookies. So homemade food, food that is made by someone who loves you, who cares for you, is much more full of prana than anything that you can get from outside. There was a very important experiment, the water experiment by Dr. Marasu Emato. And in this experiment, he had 3 bottles full of sprouting grains. One was labeled with love, another with hate, and third was neutral. And to the surprise of everyone, the sprouts with love bottle, they sprouted, much better. They were healthier and they were greener. Whereas the sprouts from hate, they just withered away. The hate bottle, the sprouts, they've just withered away and nothing happened to the neutral bottle. So even if you label bottles, it creates such a huge impact on the food. So, how much impact it will create if someone is actually making that food with lots of love? That's why the food made by mother is so much tastier than anything that you can get outside. So, that brings us to another factor of solar cooking. Cooking rushed meals, cooking in microwave that can get your food cooked in 2 minutes or 1 minute, is not done, because this machine is not putting prana in your food. It is actually destroying nutrition. Not to talk of prana. But there is one cooking method, and if you can follow it, you can actually feel the prana of nature in your food, and that is solar cooking. It is so beautiful. I personally have consumed solar cooked rice, and it's so light to eat. It has a natural sweetness and is so light to digest. It has so much prana and less grossness. So try cooking with sun, and then you'll get all the prana from nature. Next is love the cook. It is so crucial. It's even more crucial than all other things, because when you love the cook, you infuse the cook with prana, you infuse the cook with love, and this love then will flow back to the food that you're consuming. And it always works this way: do good, and good comes back to you. So, love your cook. It's crucial for pranic food. Another way to infuse prana in anything you eat is gratefulness. Say, suppose you have to eat in a restaurant, there's no other way. Then also, food is food, and you can infuse prana in that food by gratefulness. You see, the food from temples or from churches, the holy water from church, it is not very exciting, but it is full of prana. So if you eat in any such place, that place is so full of prana that if food, automatically it gets infused with prana. Besides, pray, love, and eat. It is scientifically proven that there are two modes of nervous system in the body. One is sympathetic mode, where you are in a fight, fright, and flight mode, and you're all in an emergency situation. The blood, it is taken away from your digestive system, from your excretory system, and it's pumped into your muscles so that you can fight or you can run away. But if you eat food in this mode, then you will not get any nutrition at all, let alone prana. So you need to turn on the parasympathetic mode, that is feed and breathe mode. It is the relaxed mode of body where more blood flows into your digestive system and make the food more bioavailable. And this, how can you turn on this mode, this parasympathetic mode? You can turn it on by gratefulness, by happiness. And there is one very effective way to do that is mealtime prayer. Once you pray for the food that you have, when you're grateful for the food that you have, you automatically turn on the relaxed mode where you can absorb all the prana from the food. Because what if you have an excellent pranic food, but you're not able to absorb the prana because you're so tensed, you're so stressed out? So it's very important. In fact, Ayurveda suggests that ideally you should never eat if you're angry, if you're sad, or if you're anxious. You should calm down first, increase your digestive capacity, and absorb the prana in the food. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that this video brings you a lot of prana, a lot of pranic energy. Namaste.